I've always struggled with drawing fight scenes, but today I'm going to change that. Join me as I tackle the challenge of drawing the top 10 best Dragon Ball Z fights. So I'm going to start off with this fight, Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz. It was an epic fight and this is an epic scene, so let's start. So I'm starting by drawing the basic shapes, so I'll have the right proportions and everything will be placed in the right places. And then I'm adding smaller details like the clothes, the hair, the muscles. And as you can see, I'm also adding those movement lines that adds a lot of movement to the scene. So now let's take a look at the final result. So I think it looks awesome, but make sure to watch until the end of the video because this is only the first drawing and from here the drawings are just going to get crazier and crazier. So we are moving on to the second fight scene, which is from the fight of the Z Gang against Nappa, and I decided to take this scene when Piccolo punches Nappa in the face. So as you can see, it is already getting crazier. This scene is much more difficult than the last scene, and I must say that this challenge actually made me draw a lot of characters that I never drew before. And I'm also experiencing a different art style because in my art style I'm always trying to get everything perfect. But here it's much more loose and I actually really like it. So I don't really have anything to say except that it looks great. Now let's move on to the next one. So the next fight is Vegeta versus Raccoon from the Ginyu Force, and I chose this one because as you can see it is very detailed and I knew it will be very difficult, but at the same time it will also be super epic. So it really was very difficult because there are a lot of lines and details in this image that doesn't really make any sense, and for me and my style it was very difficult, but at the end when I put it all together it looked insane, and I'm very happy for choosing this fight scene. So take a look at this awesome masterpiece. I'm really proud of it, and I think we can move on to the next fight, which is Goku versus Frieza. And also the next fight scene is going to be from this epic fight. So as I said earlier, every fight scene is just getting more and more complicated. And also throughout this entire challenge I was able to learn about Toriyama's art style and appreciate it. Because he had to publish a new episode every single week and he did it all by himself. And I can say from my experience that just drawing one fight scene is so difficult. So drawing a full chapter every single week is crazy. So again, I truly think this is a masterpiece, even though it is not perfect, even though not all the details are like 100%, I think it looks crazy. So now we are moving to the next crazy fight scene. Let's see how I'm going to deal with it. So as you can immediately see, I had some problems drawing Frieza, but actually drawing Goku, which I thought will be very difficult for me, was very easy. I'm also learning here a lot about drawing from different angles, because if you will take a look at most of my videos, most of the time I'll draw a character from the front, and here I'm drawing Frieza from the back, and also Goku, it's not exactly from the front, it's like half side view, and it is much more complicated than what I usually do. And I'm also learning a lot about facial expressions, because if you will take a look throughout this entire video, most of the expressions here are not simple. This is not just like a smile or anger, it is much more complicated, but it also makes it much more interesting. So check out this insane epic scene, I think it looks crazy, but don't get too excited because the next one is going to be the greatest one in this entire video. So yes, we are jumping right into the fight of Vegeta versus Cell, and it looks insane, so let's start. Somehow, even though this is the craziest drawing of today's video, and this is just an insane scene, a very dynamic and difficult scene, I don't really have anything to say. So just watch and enjoy. And I want to remind you that my store is still open and you can get 10% off by using the code HYK13 for the next 2 weeks. So go check it out, the link is down below. And honestly, drawing all the small black dots on Cell's body was probably the most annoying part of this drawing. So take a look at this insane drawing. I also did a little bit of changes off camera, and honestly, I'm super happy about it. So the next drawing is also from a very epic fight, Gohan versus Cell, this insane kick, so let's start. So this one was actually a pretty easy one, but it turned out looking great and I'm super happy about it. So let's move on to the next one, number 8. And it is Goku versus Majin Vegeta in this crazy fight scene. So take a look at this crazy super detailed fight between Goku and Vegeta. Let's move on to the next one, which is Goku Super Saiyan 3 versus Majin Buu. And guys, if you want me to draw a fight that never happened in Dragon Ball, like, I don't know, Frieza versus Cell or something, go tell me about it in the comment section. I'll be very happy to take on any challenge. I'm open for any ideas, so tell me about it in the comment section down below right now. I'm just joking, you don't have to do it, but if you have any ideas, feel free to tell me about it. So here it is, I think it looks great. Now let's move on to the last drawing of the video. So this one is a bit different from all the others, but it's great. Goku versus Buu, number 2, let's go. And I must say that I don't like how it turned out. I think this is the worst drawing of this entire video, but it is what it is. Sometimes we mess up and sometimes things are not going as we planned. But, you know, the most important thing is to learn from our mistakes and be better the next time. So here it is. As I said, I'm not very happy about it, but you know, it's not too bad. So now let's take a look at all of the drawings of today's video. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. For me, it was definitely the best challenge I did so far. It was so much fun and I really learned a lot about drawing in this challenge. And I'll remind you one more time to go check out my store and use code HYK13 for 10% off. So this is it. Subscribe.